Hey, that's me, Mr. Llanos. And along with Awatif and some of my other friends, we're going to talk to you today about the flipped classroom. What is the flipped classroom? That's the question that needs to be answered. I will tell you personally what it looks like in my classroom. Traditionally, you would come into my classroom, I would stand in front of you for more than half of the class period and lecture to you about a certain lesson or a certain topic, something that I needed to teach to you that day. Your job would be to sit, take notes, ask questions if you had some, and then at the end of class, I would give you a homework assignment and you would go home and try to do that homework assignment. Then the next day, you would come back and we would do that all over again. But now, in the flipped classroom, what I do is I record a video for you with that lecture, with that lesson. Your job is to go home and watch that. So when you come home the next day, and you can watch it as many times as you need to, when you come back the next day, if you have some questions that need to be answered, we can briefly talk about those. But most of the class period is you sitting there doing some sort of activity, whether it be a game or an independent study or even some practice problems, but you're doing those in class while I'm there so you can ask me questions. Now let's hear from some of my students and their thoughts about the flipped classroom.
It was very fun. It was easy. No, I like how the homework was online and stuff. Yeah, that was good. And the answers, you put the answers on.
It was different because you had to do, basically you had to do most of it on your own. It's like you're learning at home, watching the notes on your own basically. So it's kind of like you're teaching yourself.
I would like to say how it's taught. It's taught differently than original classroom.
I like the videos, because most classes don't have videos where you go in there and just look it up. You just gotta learn everything in class and you can't really do nothing. But you can depend on the videos when you go home and videos.
What would you tell a student that's going to be in the flipped classroom for the first time?
Watch
The video.
Watch the
do
videos.
the homework too, because homework is like what helps you. It's a lot of points too, but it's what helps you. Like if you don't do the homework, go watch the videos. Like you're gonna be lost.
Yes.
Completely lost.
Completely lost. And behind. Everyone, yes, very behind.
Well, I have a couple pieces, but the one big piece of advice I would have with Mr. Llanos' class, pay attention. Because if you don't, you're going to get off track. You're not going to learn.